Hi there. Welcome back to Fully Blessed. I'm Amanda, and this is the channel where we discuss timeless truths about issues that are important to women of faith. And today we're talking about trends and fashionable or popular opinions and styles and ideas of our day today. So these are obviously a very big part of our world, and they impact us on a day-to-day basis. So let's talk about them. As a Christian, our primary concern when we're making choices about what we do or what we choose to participate in, our primary concern should be what God says about this particular activity or style. And of course, the way we discern that would be from the Bible. So that needs to be our starting place. And sometimes it's pretty clear and obvious that a certain fashion choice or activity or even social ideology is not in line with the Bible or is in line with the Bible. Sometimes it's black and white and it's very easy to determine. Other times, not so much. So how do we relate to that? How do we go about making those decisions during these changing times and cultures around us? Well, first, I want to say that being trendy or fashionable in and of itself is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just merely cautioning against being excited to jump on anything and everything that comes our way and is in style and popular today, simply because it's in style and popular today. So, in light of that, here are some things to consider. Number one, first and foremost, a trend is simply that. It's something that is popular and stylish right now. When I grew up, fuzzy posters and gel pens and butterfly clips, they were all the rage. Not so much today, although styles and trends do recycle sometimes. But trends come and go, so keep that in mind. I could spend a lot of money on gel pens, but because they're popular right now. But when that comes and goes, then what? Am I going to be sad and disappointed with the time and money I spent in my gel pen collection? Will it have been worth it? In 2 years? In 6 months? In 3 weeks? Is it really going to matter to me anymore? Well, your answer to that will probably tell you a lot about your decisions. So when we think about that, consider that when you jump on to the next trend. Another thing to be very careful with is, will these trends cause regret or embarrassment in the future? Likely not. Many times these things are pretty innocuous in and of themselves. They're harmless, but this could be something that your parents might give you some great advice on. It may not be something that you will be super pleased about in the future. So just really pay attention to the long-term ramifications. What we do today does matter and can impact us in the future. And before investing a lot of time and money into a trend, I really would encourage you to ask yourself, why do I want to do this? Is it simply because it's popular right now? Is it maybe just the power of suggestion? I think I really want to do this cool new thing just because everybody's talking about it and it sounds exciting right now. Or is it a new trend, a new pattern, a new lifestyle, a new habit that really actually does fit with my personality, that really does speak to who I am and my true personal choices and what I truly have been about this whole time? That's going to make a big difference as well. And I've experienced this mostly with clothing. I'll find something, maybe online that I think is super popular and super trendy and cute, and I want to replicate it. So I'll find it probably at a thrift store, and I'll try to replicate the look. But then I end up never wearing it. Either because I couldn't truly replicate the style the way I wanted to, or maybe as I did and I tried it out once, for one reason or another, I realized it just wasn't practical for my daily use. So this leads to a lot of wasted space and in my closet and money. And I didn't even get those things brand new. So just keep that in mind, that just because something is super trendy and popular and you're excited about it, it may not be practical for you in your daily life. I would also urge you to consider whether or not this particular trend says something about your character and who you are as a person. It may not. It might be a very simple, innocent thing, but things that we do, things that we participate in, things that we wear, it does say something about who we are. So really pay attention to that. Maybe it's nothing, and maybe it's nothing more than just a popular buzzword of this time. But when cultural ideologies are coming into play, that could have more ramifications, and that could be actually saying something potentially about who you are or what you believe. So be very careful with that. I also would ask you, before jumping on a new trend, ask, is this something that is just going to go away? Or is this something that is going to last? Then I encourage you, if you really want to move forward, get opinions from your friends who have already participated in this. Look at reviews from people who have already bought this item and see what they say and get all the details. And then I would encourage you to just sit on it. Wait for a couple weeks and see if it still feels very important to you. I've done this many times, and it is always surprising to me that after a couple weeks, the excitement is kind of wore off. I realize, yeah, okay, I guess I don't really need it after all. I can live without it. And you might find the same is true for you. But if you still feel very excited about it after a few weeks, and you've done your research and you realize and you feel like, yes, I really could use this, or I would benefit from doing this, then move forward and consider it. So some final thoughts when we're talking about things that are largely style choices or trends that come and go, maybe a popular activity that is very exciting today, but it's probably just a fad and won't last. Those things may or may not be bad. And when we're talking about those things that truly don't have any eternal significance, that are just personal preferences right now, give grace to those who you are around, especially in the church. We don't want to lose friends. We don't want to divide with brothers and sisters in Christ over things that are just fashion choices and that really don't matter in the long run. Well, there are times where things are very important and we need to divide, but not everything. So just be wise and give lots of grace. And I would also like to leave you with this thought, that 1 Peter chapter 3 tells us that God is not so much concerned about the outward appearance and the trendy things of today and what we wear today that's going to change in 2 weeks. He's not so much concerned about that. He's more concerned about our heart and where our walk with him is. So put more effort and more stock and more time into those things, into the things that last. So that's all for today. I hope this has been a blessing for you. If it has, please like and subscribe and share with someone who might need this encouragement today. And until next time, remember that you are fully blessed because of the work that Jesus has done for you. So go and be a blessing today.